The Battle of Gettysburg, a small town in Pennsylvania. 3 days in July 1863. This battle was a turning point in the American Civil War. It was a clash of armies, a test of wills, and a defining moment for a nation on the brink. Before the battle, the Confederacy was winning. They were confident. They invaded the North. They aimed to break the Union spirit. Gettysburg, however, changed everything. The battle lasted 3 days. It was a brutal, bloody affair. Brother fought brother. The fate of a nation hung in the balance. When the smoke cleared, the ground was littered with the dead. The Confederacy was defeated. They never recovered. Gettysburg became a symbol of Union resilience, a testament to the human cost of war, and a reminder of the fragility of a nation. The American Civil War began in 1861. The issue was slavery. The southern states relied on enslaved people for labor. The northern states opposed slavery on moral grounds. By 1863, the war had raged for 2 years. The Confederate Army, led by General Robert E. Lee, was a formidable force. They had won several victories in the East. Lee decided to invade the North. He hoped to demoralize the Union and gain recognition from foreign powers. Meanwhile, the Union Army of the Potomac, after several changes in command, was now under the leadership of General George Meade. Meade was a cautious but capable leader. He was determined to stop Lee's advance. The two armies, unknowingly, were on a collision course towards a small town called Gettysburg. On July 1, 1863, the battle began. Confederate troops marched towards Gettysburg, hoping to seize a supply depot. They encountered Union cavalry under General John Buford. Buford, recognizing the strategic importance of the high ground south of town, decided to hold off the Confederates, buying time for Union reinforcements to arrive. The fighting began west of Gettysburg. Both sides rushed in reinforcements. The Confederates, with their fierce attacks, pushed the Union troops back through the town to Cemetery Hill, south of Gettysburg. This hill became a crucial Union stronghold. The first day ended with heavy casualties on both sides. The Confederacy had gained ground but failed to dislodge the Union from their defensive positions. The stage was set for an even bloodier confrontation. Day 2 at Gettysburg focused on the flanks. Lee ordered attacks on the Union left and right. The fighting was fierce and desperate. On the Union left, Little Round Top and Devil's Den saw some of the most intense combat. Confederate troops charged up the slopes, only to be met by determined Union defenders. The 20th Maine, under Colonel Joshua Chamberlain, made a legendary stand on Little Round Top, holding the line against repeated assaults. On the Union right, Confederate forces attacked Culp's Hill and East Cemetery Hill. The fighting raged throughout the day. The Union lines held, but their hold was tenuous. Nightfall brought a brief respite. Both sides were exhausted, but the outcome of the battle still hung in the balance. Section 5, Day 3, Pickett's Charge, and the high water mark of the Confederacy. Day 3 witnessed the most famous event of the battle, Pickett's Charge. Lee, convinced that a massive assault on the Union center could break their lines, ordered approximately 12,500 men, under the command of General George Pickett, to advance across an open field towards the Union positions on Cemetery Ridge. The Confederate troops marched bravely into a storm of Union artillery fire. They reached the Union lines but were met with devastating musket volleys. The charge was repulsed with heavy losses. It was a disaster for the Confederacy. Lee, heartbroken at the loss of so many men, rallied his remaining troops. He accepted defeat and ordered a retreat back to Virginia. The Battle of Gettysburg was over. Section 6, Leaders of Men, the Faces of Gettysburg. The Battle of Gettysburg was a clash of armies and a contest of wills between two of America's most renowned military leaders, General Robert E. Lee and General George G. Meade. Lee, the Confederate commander, was a brilliant tactician. He was known for his daring maneuvers and his ability to inspire his troops. At Gettysburg, however, his usual tactical genius seemed to falter. His decision to order Pickett's charge is still debated by historians today. Meade, the Union commander, was a methodical and cautious leader. He took command of the Army of the Potomac just days before the battle. Despite this, he rose to the challenge. He positioned his troops effectively and made crucial decisions that secured the Union victory. The battle also saw the rise of other notable commanders, such as Union Generals John Buford, Winfield Scott Hancock, and Joshua Chamberlain, and Confederate Generals James Longstreet and Richard Ewell. each playing a crucial role in the events that unfolded. Section 7. Turning the Tide: Gettysburg's impact on the war. The Battle of Gettysburg was a turning point in the Civil War. The Confederacy's defeat shattered their hopes of winning independence. It marked the beginning of the end for the Confederacy. The Union victory boosted Northern morale. It showed that the Union could win the war. Gettysburg also allowed President Abraham Lincoln to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared the freedom of slaves in Confederate territories. This changed the war's meaning. It was no longer just about preserving the Union, it was also about ending slavery. The human cost of the battle was staggering. There were over 50,000 casualties. The impact on the small town of Gettysburg was profound. The town became a vast hospital filled with wounded soldiers. Section 8. A Field of Memory: Gettysburg's Enduring Legacy. Gettysburg, once a quiet farming community, became hallowed ground. The battlefield, now a national park, stands as a memorial to the sacrifices made by those who fought and died there. In November 1863, President Abraham Lincoln dedicated the Gettysburg National Cemetery, delivering his famous Gettysburg Address. His words, etched in stone at the cemetery, eloquently expressed the war's meaning and the enduring principles of a nation reborn. Today, visitors from around the world come to Gettysburg to walk the hallowed ground, to learn about the battle and to pay their respects. The battlefields, monuments, and cemeteries serve as a reminder of the human cost of war and the importance of preserving peace and unity. Section 9. Conclusion: A nation forged in blood and sacrifice. The Battle of Gettysburg, a pivotal moment in American history, transcended its military significance to become a symbol of national unity and resilience. It was a battle that tested the resolve of a nation divided and ultimately helped forge a stronger, more unified country. The courage, sacrifice, and determination displayed on those 3 days in July 1863 continue to resonate with Americans today. The lessons learned at Gettysburg serve as a reminder of the fragility of freedom and the importance of upholding the ideals of liberty, equality, and democracy for which so many fought and died. The legacy of Gettysburg is not just about remembering the past, it's about understanding the present and shaping the future, ensuring that a nation, once divided, moves forward together, forever bound by the sacrifices made on that hallowed ground.